GM ASEP program started in Michigan in 1979 as a way to train technicians specifically for General Motors dealerships and specifically on General Motors technology, vehicles, tools, equipment. Most other manufacturers since that time have instituted a program like ASEP. Dakota County Technical College picked it up in 1984 and has run it in a partnership with General Motors and their dealerships ever since. We usually work through the dealerships, but GM is a definitely very, very involved in the ASEP program. They give us tools, they give us vehicles, and easily over a year's time we can get $100,000 worth of in-kind donations from General Motors. Yeah, General Motors requires that all the ASEP graduates also complete a 2-year degree associated with applied science, and this is give them those kind of life skills that we wouldn't necessarily be teaching them in a technical program. The reason for that is GM recognizes that they really want people who are extremely intelligent as automotive technicians. These cars are very, very technologically complex now and really require someone who can think and diagnose them at a fairly high level. Because they're attracting a person like that, they want to make sure that they have other avenues within the program, the dealership, and the corporation where these people can move up after graduation. It's fine if they want to be a technician and retire after 35 years, but it's also fine if they want to go through the management at the dealership and possibly even become an employee of General Motors. Well, one of the things we have to do is we can't just take for granted that the students have them. So the way we do a good portion of our program is we'll lecture the students about a particular system, but then we'll actually take them down into the lab. We put them into pairs and give each pair a vehicle, and then their assignment is to bug that system. In other words, make that system either not operate or not operate correctly. Then all the other students, well, let's say with 18 students, we'll have 9 vehicles that are bugged. All the other students then will have to diagnose each other's bugs on a rotational basis. This gives them a very, very strong understanding of the vehicle system, and also starts to help build those problem-solving skills that are going to be essential for when they're out working full-time as a technician. The students will have to find themselves a sponsor. That can be at a GM dealer, so it can be at a Buick, Pontiac, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, Saturn, or Hummer dealership. That has opened up a lot of opportunities for the students, as well as a recent partnering within about the past 4 years with AC Delco repair facilities.
That's right.
So students have a lot of opportunities to find various types of sponsors for the program. We usually have a data bank of General Motors dealerships, AC Delco TSSs that are willing to sponsor a student, but it's really an interview process when the student's going there, because they're interviewing for a job based on skills that they're going to learn over the next 2 years.
Sure.
If they fulfill the obligations and do a good job at the dealership, they will have a job when they graduate. The internship is rather interesting because the higher ed model for internships is really that you pay for the credits, you show up for the internship, you do whatever tasks are assigned to you, and you don't get paid. Ours is exactly the opposite, where you show up for the internship and you do get paid. So you're actually earning money while you're learning at the dealership. First of all, you have to like cars. That really is a major requirement here. You have to have skills that we can at least help you develop to become a good diagnostician. You have to be able to take some satisfaction in the job well done, and you have to really enjoy detective work, because a lot of times these vehicles will have an issue, but they're not going to tell you what the cause is. So you're going to have to apply some really sophisticated diagnostic tools and some diagnostic skills to fix them correctly. Well, they can look for service advisor, shop foreman, service manager. They can even move up into General Motors corporate. And we've had students do all of those in the past. past graduates from our program. Service advisor is the kind of the first line that the customer sees when they come into the dealership. They're really there to get that information from the customer, break it down so that it's easily read and understood by the technician who has to repair the vehicle. So really kind of the go-between between the customer and the person that's actually going to affect the diagnosis and repair on the car. Well, I just think that the next couple of years from the automotive industry are going to show a lot of change. The technology is going to probably make obsolete most of the technologies that we have out there today. It's going to be an exciting industry to become a part of. Just in a few years. A whole shift away from huge SUVs to much more, fuel efficient cars, easier to park, easier to handle in traffic, things like that. So I think the auto industry is going to have a very, very bright future.